Welcome back to Dollar Reviews Podcast. Today we're going to do Life of Pi. Once again, my hetero life mate, David Hunko's here.
Hey.
So we just got back from a 3D showing. First off, you have to see this movie in 3D if you're going to watch it.
Absolutely. If you don't watch it in 3D, you're missing out. It's almost like it's a part of the movie. It's part of the story.
Let's talk about visuals. I thought it was gorgeous.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's you knew going into it that it was going to be a gorgeous movie. That's kind of been Ang Lee's thing
since the Hulk.
Since Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Since the Hulk, has been big on colors.
Yeah.
That movie's color was green. This one is blue.
Blue and some green. But yeah, the visuals were incredible. The whale scene was amazing.
Also the meerkats.
The meerkats was
adorable.
Yeah. You get some real comedic relief out of these meerkats just kind of staring around, poking each other, messing around. And then the tiger comes.
So, what'd you think?
I thought it was really good. I thought it was the right length. If they'd made it any longer, it would have been bad. But there wasn't any part of the story where I was like, "Oh man, this sucks." What did you think?
I liked it. It was fun to see some Hindus on the big screen again. It's the first time since 2008 for me, because I saw Slumdog in its limited release.
Yeah,
and I liked it. I generally like Ang Lee. I like the acting, I like the tiger. I liked how they opted out of CG for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the most part.
I thought the sneak peek that we got during Prometheus really
set it up.
Yeah, it gave you a glimpse, but it didn't really change anything. It wasn't a spoiler.
It wasn't.
I didn't see a trailer for this movie.
No, I just saw the sneak peek from Prometheus, and that was enough for me, because the scene that they show you in Prometheus it's impressive in the delivery of the 3D. It's impressive in the whole scheme of the story, but it also fits in well by itself as just a little snippet. It was very impressive. It really set the tone for it, and piqued my interest.
Mm-hmm.
It made me really want to see the movie.
So you think this is going to be on a war watch? I think this is.
Yeah, absolutely.
In what categories do you think it's going to be?
Director, cinematography, special effects. Maybe Best Picture.
I don't think Best Picture. I don't think it's going to be nominated for that, but I think this... Well, I mean, I haven't seen everything that's out, but I'm pretty sure this is the best-looking movie I saw all year, so I think it might win cinematography. I thought the editing was great. They used lots of... they used the 3D well for visual transitions, which I haven't seen often.
You think this looks better than Prometheus?
Yeah, overall, I mean I only really like the openings of Prometheus. I like the water stuff.
It's been 6 months since Prometheus.
Yeah, but all I remember being blown away about from Prometheus was the intro, the guy, in Iceland or whatever.
Wherever it was.
Yeah, like that was cool. But then the rest of it, I wasn't that impressed. Whereas this, it was from beginning to end. There was
impressive
visuals.
Throughout.
Yeah, lots of colors, lots of contrasting shades and hues, and even the darkness at night.
Yeah, well, that was a big deal too, because Prometheus was dark and gloomy throughout the whole movie. This, it's like the colors are a character. There isn't a whole lot of dialogue or real storytelling that's going on. So his environment, how he perceives the world around him, is also part of the mechanism that's telling the story. And these vibrant colors that come out sometimes is pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought this was, it had shades of Castaway on it. I mean, there's obviously, they're going to make those kind of comparisons. Like Castaway, or even Titanic to an extent.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. I liked the movie. I connected. I thought it was interesting to show this, Hindu kid grow up interested in all these religions and just, looking for the answer to life and why he's here and why we're here, and I like the message it gave. I thought it really summed it up at the end well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pi starts out his life just curious about everything, curious how everything works. So he goes in search of, he goes through different mediums to find his answers, and through this horrible, horrible thing that happens to him, he kind of figures out at least in some part, what life is, what his place in life is, what his place is in the whole grand scheme of things in the universe. Then they tied it together in the end really, really well. There's closure at the end. I love the tiger's name, Richard Parker.
Richard Parker.
Richard Parker.
Richard Parker, you come back. You come back. That was funny. You probably don't remember, but like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, there's this one fighter, and his name, I can't remember what his name is, but like he's Hindu and he like does his dance, and it's like his special text like the tiger pounce or something. So I like pictured him. What about the acting? I don't know. I don't know if I like the kid. I don't know.
I like the kid. Look, it's hard to act in a movie where it's just you for most of the time.
Tom Hanks does in Castaway.
Castaway, some of the acting is weird too. It's funky when they're talking to themselves. Like, it's not weird when he's writing in the journal and it's the voiceover. That part's not weird. But when he's talking to the tiger or when he's trying to talk to God, that stuff is kind of weird to me. It gets a little hokey sometimes.
I believed it. It's just, I don't know. Like, I don't think this is going to be one of those, like, Slumdog things where he goes off and gets something. I don't see him becoming, not necessarily famous, but getting gigs off of this.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I didn't think he was strong enough. Also, what was up with the Ryan Reynolds lookalike?
Which Ryan Reynolds lookalike?
The writer, the white guy, the writer.
Oh!
He was in Canada, he was a writer, like, he kind of reminded me of Ryan Reynolds with the beard and the hair.
It sets it up. Like, here's this man with this grand, story.
That's what it reminds me of. Now it came back to me.
What?
Castaway meets what was that movie? Like Water for Elephants or whatever. Reminded me of that Elephants movie. No, really, I saw that. If you haven't seen that, here's the premise for that movie. There's this old man who like escapes the retirement center, and he goes to the circus, and like he's there after hours, and he starts talking to the manager. The manager's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I know things about the circus," and he tells him his life story.
And it's Robert Pattinson.
He's Robert Pattinson, and like it has to do. The whole movie's about the elephant.
I had no idea that was what the whole movie.
Yeah, the whole movie's about him telling his story. And so then it's all about him and the elephant. Well, I mean, and the people that are around the elephant. But to an extent, similar. Different, obviously.
Christoph Waltz is in that movie?
Yeah, he's in that. The movie's not that good. The movie's not that good. It's like they got all the award winners from the previous year. Because, I mean, Reese Witherspoon's in it. Christoph Waltz is in it. And they were just like, we're just going to make this movie. It's not that bad. It's just, it wasn't that good. It was too long. It was like 2.5 hours. The elephant was cool.
Yeah. Did you think this was too long? Was there anything? Was there anything about this you didn't like?
Yeah, well, at one point I started thinking like, how much longer is this going to go on? Because I knew that he was going to be on the boat, and he obviously didn't die. But so I was wondering like, when's the boat when's he gonna get stuck at sea? How long is he going to be on the boat? Like, I started questioning the movie. But no, I liked it. I liked everything about it. I liked the story. I liked how it tied itself up. I liked how it, like, referenced that the first act ended. I thought that was cool. Maybe too many fade to blacks. I really didn't like that. It was like, fade. But, no, I really liked it. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. There were some parts where I was questioning what was going on, and how much longer it would take. I felt like the last 10 minutes or so were kind of really abbreviated.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was visually, obviously, like we said, it was one of the nicest looking movies all year. So there's very little to pick at. Just those last 10 minutes I felt could have been extended a little more. Maybe some parts cut from the beginning. I don't know. But no, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
The only thing about this movie is like, I don't see myself watching it again. It's not one of those movies. Like,
that you go back and watch.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. It's like we were talking about before the movie. It's like Avatar. It's a 3D event. Everyone knows that it looks good, and you have to see it in theaters because you do.
Absolutely.
I don't see myself watching this again.
Yeah, unless, like we said before we saw it with Avatar, unless you had a nice
3D
big screen
but then
3D
still,
TV.
maybe.
It's not the same as seeing it in the big movie theater with the 3D. I wouldn't see this if it wasn't in 3D.
Well, what I'm saying is just, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend this to someone if, they like wearing 3D glasses. But there's nothing necessarily about it in particular that screams, award season. Besides the visuals.
The visuals. Yeah, that's what
just the visuals.
Maybe
it's like a painting. It's a motion painting.
Mm-hmm. I think Ang Lee's got making a strong case for best director. Definitely all the visual effects, cinematography, all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe you can make a push for best picture with the 10. With the 10.
Well, it's not actually 10. The way it works,
up to 10 now.
Yeah, the way it works is there's a minimum of 5, and then it's
up to
5
10.
plus.
So
depending, because the Academy votes, this many were good, and that's how many are nominated. So depending on how that works out, then maybe.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're just getting into the beginning of award season, so it's a little too early to call who's going to get what. So we'll see what happens.
I really think they should install a 3D category, best use of 3D, or something along those lines.
There isn't enough good 3D yet, though.
That's not true. Prometheus was filmed in great 3D.
Prometheus and this one. What else came out this year that was great in 3D?
I don't know. Those were only 2 that I saw in 3D.
Truly excellent in 3D.
Those were only 2 I saw in 3D. But I'm saying, look, if there's an animated feature category and there's only 3 nominees for that...
Brave in 3D was supposed to be pretty cool.
I saw in 3D, it was whatever.
It was whatever?
It was whatever. I saw Wrath of the Titans also, that was also whatever. Also Immortals, this and that. But I mean, these, Prometheus and, Life of Pi, the 3D was great.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. So rather than just best visual effects, create a whole separate 3D category. Maybe treat it like an animated movie where they get 3D.
Yeah, like you get the 3. Because I mean, it's come to a point now. Like you would separate 3D from being what most people see it as, is just the cash cow. Like see the movie because it's in 3D. Like if there's a category and it's respected, because it's been out for a while now, and it's obviously not going anywhere.
Well, some movies do get the respect though. Prometheus, this one, Avatar,
Tron was great in 3D. But I mean, there's one thing of someone saying, "Oh yeah, the 3D looked good," versus, "Oh no, it's nominated for best 3D." Like you're gonna see it, because I mean, how many original songs are there in a year? And that has a category. How many? How often do you watch the movie and go, that soundtrack, that score was gorgeous, guys?
Very rarely.
Social Network, I did that. Though.
Social Network.
It's one of the few scores that I was like, I need this one.
Well, it was part of the fabric of the whole story, too. It was the evolution of his
Speaking of which, I just saw The Thin Blue Line. If you have not seen that, it's kind of boring, but if you have not seen it, you have to watch it for the score. Because that score by Philip Glass is, like, really good. When I was watching the movie, I was like, yeah.
I'll check it out. It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix. Thanks for listening again. This is our second in our series. Hopefully there'll be more coming up with this award season.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Signing off.